Okay, so now that you have your colors and your font sorted out, you can go ahead and start deciding on your buttons. Now, if you click on this section, you're going to see a whole lot of presets that Squarespace gives you. So we have a block over here, so if you want one that looks like that, then you're going to click that. So you have 3 different styles of buttons that it gives you options to use. So as you're editing this, you can decide on primary, secondary, or tertiary button style. If this isn't enough, you can go here, click up there, and you get more presets, more ideas. Let's say we want that weird thing, or one of these. That's fine, whatever you decide. I'm going to go with something simple. I like the rounded. I like a solid button color because I like our pink. And you can see it's now changed. Here we go, our borders are rounded. When it comes to the button packs, you can't really change the color here. You would change the color in those themes, you know, where we saw, here we go, these themes. That's going to allow you to change the color. So this button section is purely about the style of the button. So this is set to our primary button. You can see it looks like that. It's a solid with that. We're going to go there. And then you can change the font size, the font weight, really customize it a bit. So let's say we want it a bit heavier. We want it at 800. You can see that bolded. Maybe 800 is a bit much. Let's go to 600. That looks nice. And you can do that for your secondary and tertiary. We don't have a secondary and tertiary button here. Once you set them up, then you can come back here and customize it according to how you want. Okay, if you really want to customize your button a little bit more, you can go in there. It has an outline, so you can change your outline. There we go. If you want a very thick outline, if you want a thin outline, and remember, it changes it everywhere. So just make sure it looks the same everywhere you want it, and it will change it across your website. So just make sure it's exactly the way you want it. I kind of like it without one. We can change the shape. We can change a fill or no fill. Because we haven't set an outline, it deleted that, or it disappears. There we go. So there's our outline. Let's stick to fill. There we go, with no outline. If you want this bit to appear across tertiary and secondary as well, you're going to click that. And that is how you customize your buttons. And let's look at forms over here. Forms is things like your contact us form, anything that you want your readers to fill out. So again, if you click here, you have some presets. If you click that button and up there, you're going to have a whole lot more options to choose from. Okay, so let's go to the contact us and play around with the form. Again, we're going to go up to site styles, down to forms, and let's just pick a preset that we like. Okay, that changed. There we go, you can see it changing. That looks pretty nice. So the reason the colors look different is because the block, the themes that we chose for this block works with this color. So if we want to customize that, we're going to go back. Now we can see we use the dark one. Okay, so now we're going to scroll down and look for our form fields. Here we go. Background, button background, field background. Let's make that white. There we go, and you can see that changed very nicely. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's change that to that. All right, so now we have something that looks pretty good. It fits with our theme. We can change different aspects of it and just play around with this until you're happy, essentially. It might take a while to find exactly the element that you're looking for, so just be a little bit patient with these presets. But what I do like is that they're very specific. So it's not like, okay, I've changed this and now every button across the board is going to change. It's only going to change the form that you use. Miscellaneous. So animation is how your page loads. So is it going to fade in like that? Is it going to scale? Is it going to slide up? This is completely up to you. I prefer none. I find that it makes me a little bit dizzy when I have to scroll across each of these pages on the menu and there's constantly movement. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind how your customer is going to be using your page, and it can be fun playing around with everything, but just make sure that it's user friendly. Let's put it that way. So when it comes to image blocks, you don't really have to worry too much about this. I've taken care of it in the layout of the template, and Squarespace is pretty good with positioning everything that needs to be. So you don't have to worry about any of this. Another thing I forgot to mention is you need to remember to save. Every time you make a change, make sure you save it so that you don't lose any progress in case something happens. Squarespace doesn't automatically save your changes, so just make sure you do that. So we can close, go out of there, and then we're going to click exit. Okay, and now we can take a look at what our website looks like. Here we go. So that's what I was talking about with the form. But this is what our website is going to look like with all of the changes we've just made.